Welcome to the show, you guys. My name is Victoria Oyubande. This is Unplug, a regular show where we have authentic and pure conversations surrounding youth and the Gen Z. Today on the show, we are going to be discussing something that you and I have faced constantly over time. I'm here with my guest. His name is. We're going to be talking and chatting about why we keep procrastinating. I know you do procrastinate and it has been going on for the longest time. But today we're going to be finding out why that is and how we can manage procrastination. Thank you for joining us on the show. Welcome, Mike Bailo. Yes, so in a bit, just before we get into the conversation, please introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Bill Mike. I am a coach. I am a personal development person given to the maximization of my full potentials. So I am also a friend. Yes, I'm also a lover of God.
Okay, he says he's a lover of God. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the conversation. So, let's just say that we recorded this like 100 times. That's exaggeration, but we recorded this a lot of times. But like the first question I remember asking is, what was the last thing you procrastinated about?
Yeah, and I remember my response.
No, now because I'm very sure there's a no response.
Okay, I think I procrastinated this morning. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I procrastinated holding my phone. Yes, I immediately woke up. There was this urge to press my phone. Then I procrastinated holding my phone and sending it to sleep.
Yeah, okay. Well, that one was for a good cause, but again, let's get into that. So we realized that one of the things that I realized in the past year was that even successful people, people that we term as successful, they have made the money, they have good lives, do you understand? They have made awesome careers, right? But they still struggle with procrastination. What do you think it is that is a human nature that makes us keep procrastinating?
Yeah, there's something about the mind. It tends towards what satisfies it. So if I can get something that satisfies me, there's more tendency of me going for it and waiting for something that I might not get. So waiting for a stimulation, a reward that I might not get. So often at times we tend to gravitate towards what can pleasure us, what can give us pleasure. So usually we are all, even in this age whereby you can just go on your phone, you see something that makes you laugh, you can just easily be distracted. Right? So it's actually something that is here to stay, something that is personal, or it's something that we can all.
I like that you mentioned because we want to satisfy the pleasure of now as opposed to looking at, you know, that instant gratification as opposed to what we are going to gain in the future when we do what we're supposed to do. But do you also think that maybe because of the workload, or do you maybe think that we are probably running away from some emotion that work is going to give to us? Like for instance, maybe you're supposed to write a story, you're supposed to write a book, and that book requires that you're going to come in tune with the emotions that you have not yet really processed in your mind. Do you think that we procrastinating is, or you procrastinating at that point, is you running away from that emotion? Because I understand the aspect of yes, we want things now, we want to satisfy ourselves now. But you also think that sometimes it's not a matter of you satisfying yourself now. Sometimes it's just that you're just running from something and you're not ready to face it.
Yes. Majorly at times it's very important that we understand that we are not logical creatures. We are biological creatures. We are not 100% logical. It is good sometimes we say, okay, use your head, use this, use that. It's actually a good statement, but to be factual, we as human beings, we are not just logical, we are biological. That means there's emotion in what we do. So there's a reason, there's a drive, whatsoever we want to do. So often at times, what sometimes propels us to act towards something. In fact, for all behaviors, there's a reason, right? So sometimes when we choose to avoid some tasks, there's also a reason. So sometimes we do not try to see it as it is. Okay, there's something, there's an issue here. Why is this issue? So we tend to look towards just getting the thing, just doing it, whereas neglecting that is an emotion or something. So actually, as pertaining to emotions, is actually the core aspect. That is the core reason why we do things. So when emotions are not pleasurable, we tend to push them towards the future. So when it tends to be pleasurable, when it tends to give us pleasure, when it's something that we can easily resonate with, we tend to adopt it. So I actually do believe what you stated is very true.
I'll still get into how we can manage procrastination. But one thing I want us to touch on very quickly is that one of the biggest reasons we procrastinate, it's not like like pushing blame, is this phone.
Mhm.
Phone, social media is one of the things that push us back on getting things done. Do you understand? But I've also found out that there are so many resources and tools that many people have, come up with to beat procrastination. And some of these tools, you will find them on your phone. The phone that you're addicted to, that is pushing you back from achieving something, is the one where, you have to download that tool on that same phone to beat the procrastination that that phone is sponsoring. Yes, yeah. So how do we even manage that? How do we even deal with that? Getting. I'm trying not to procrastinate, but there's also this tool that promises to beat my procrastination from the thing that is making me procrastinate.
So I actually do understand that question. Many a times, a mistake. There's this book Atomic Habits. There's this book Atomic Habits. What talks about is talks about temptation body. Talks about how that sometimes we put so many things, so many behaviors in one box. So at times it is often hard for we to really accept what can be done. So my answer to that, I try to believe that if we are going to master an habit, if we are going to master a behavior, this book Atomic Habits stated it clearly. There are actually four stages to any behavior. Number one is the cue. Number two is the craving. Number three is the response. And number four is the reward. So coming back to that context, if we are to help ourselves, we must try as much as possible to not put ourselves in a scattered environment. The phone, as we have it, is a place whereby so many behaviors are there. So many things that come to different behaviors. Right? You have the one of messages, you have the one of call, you have the one of business, you have the one of life, you have the one of relationships, spiritualities. Trying to put all those things into just one moving mobile phone sometimes causes different behaviors. So causing distractions and thereby making us not fit as focused towards a particular purpose. So I, for a person, we actually tell tell people to simplify their.
Like how?
Yeah, the major key to simplification is understanding the priorities. It's not all they have. We do not necessarily have all they have in the We do not necessarily have everything, right? So you can simplify. There's a way you can also stack tasks as similar. Right? You keep them similar, you keep them separate. So it's actually very cogent.
question before we wrap up of the show. I'm going to be asking how or what is the best way to manage and deal with procrastination? Because there have been a lot of theories, a lot of do this, do that, just start, don't do this, do that. There's just a lot about dealing with procrastination. But what would you say, or how would you say we can best manage procrastination?
Okay. Firstly, I want to say for this first thing is that procrastination in itself is negative. Right? It is negative when you whereby you push what is important to the back seat and take up what is important. So procrastination in itself, everyone knows it, right? Because pertains to what you do. If you are going to procrastinate what is not very important, what is very procrastination. But if you are procrastinating on what is important, or what is not important, so what are the steps? How do we know what is the negative procrastination? First thing to note is that what else procrastination to be negative first is your priority. So for it, what we need to have a clarity as pertains to what is your priority. You need to have goals, you need to have this detail, you need to have this, you need to have things very simple, right to see. So once you have that, the next is your priority. Setting into your priority and then going as pertains to procrastination. So how do we reinforce positive procrastination? First is as pertaining to it, and this will be practical. As pertaining to helping ourselves, we need to first help get gratify ourselves immediately as pertaining to help. So we must look for a way to, because most times we do things that are only for later reward. So like in future reward. So we tend to do what is hard now. Say, okay, let us persevere. Yeah, we wait for a later reward. But the way that our mind operates on immediate gratification. So it doesn't understand futuristic, it just wants to gratify. So what we can best do is that gratify ourselves in the immediate for doing the right things while we still hope for the future. So if I want to do something positive, I should be able to reward myself with hope. I take it out of that. I say, okay, let me take this back. Why? Because I want to do this. I do these things. I reward myself immediately. What it goes to my brain, it tells my brain that you have done this. So I answer as such. That will be your forces. So we have
Thank you very much for your time on this show. Honestly, it has been really impressive. And I'll say that compared to what I've always heard, I have not often heard this last point. So that's a booster. Anyways, let me know in the comment what you guys think. Do you agree with what Mike has said so far about procrastination and how we can best manage this thing that plagues us in our everyday lives? I want to hear from you. My name is Victoria Ibande. Myself and Mike, I have been chatting about why we keep procrastinating. I'll see you guys next time. I had a bit of a start that day, right here. But I'll see you guys next time, right here on Unplug.